Welcome to Olympian Water Testing, giving you the best in water analysis. Today we're looking at the New York Times. The Biden administration is trying to restrict cancer-causing forever chemicals known as PFAS. And the government will strictly limit drinking water to chemicals that are ubiquitous in modern society but are linked to a range of health effects. So what are they? They're PFAS and PFOs, dubbed as forever chemicals because they don't break down or they take a very long time to do that, and they can cause a lot of severe health effects. So in Washington, for the first time, the federal government will require utilities to remove from drinking water 2 toxic chemicals found in everything from waterproofing clothing to dental floss and even toilet paper. The EPA announced on Tuesday. Michael S. Regan, the administrator of the EPA, said that the government intends to require near-zero levels of PFAS and PFO substances, part of a class of chemicals known as PFAS. And these are known also as forever chemicals because they have a hard time breaking down. Exposure to the chemicals has been linked to cancer, liver damage, fertility and thyroid problems, asthma, and other health effects. So this isn't just some small thing that causes irritation. It can cause some huge health problems. And this is in a lot of water supplies, which is very scary. This is very significant, Mr. Reagan said in an interview. This is the first time in U.S. history we've set an enforceable limit for PFAS pollution. It should be 0 because there's really no safe amount, but it's good to see something right here. The synthetic chemicals are so ubiquitous in modern life that nearly all Americans, including newborn babies, carry PFAS in their bloodstream, so it's affecting a lot of Americans. Could even be affecting yourself. Dubbed forever chemicals because they do not break down and persist in the environment. The chemicals seep into soil and water. As many as 200 million Americans are exposed to PFAS in their tap water, according to a peer-reviewed 2020 study. Last year, the EPA found chemicals could cause harm at levels much lower than previously understood, and that almost no level of exposure was safe. It is advised that drinking water contain no more than 0.004 parts per trillion of this and 0.0 parts per trillion of PFAS as well. Previously, the agency had advised that drinking water contained no more than 70 parts per trillion of the chemicals. The EPA will accept public comments on the proposed regulation for 60 days before it will take effect and become legal limit. Public health groups and environmental advocates said the crackdown was long overdue. Regulating these 6 highly toxic PFA chemicals in drinking water is a historic start to protecting our families and communities, said Ann Reed, a senior scientist with the Natural Resources Defense Council, an environmental group. We cannot safeguard public health until we get off this toxic treadmill, regulating one PFAS at a time, when thousands of other PFAS remain unregulated. Mr. Ruffalo, the actor, who's used his celebrity status to lobby for stronger drinking water standards, said the government's decision was a long time in the making, and I know it took a lot of political guts. Mr. Ruffalo, who said he was inspired to take action after reading the New York Times profile of Rob Billitt, a corporate attorney who took on DuPont, and said he was frustrated to find the industrial chemicals known as by manufacturers and regulators to be dangerous to humans being discharged daily into the air and water. The EPA estimated it will cost the water utilities about $772 million annually to comply with the rule. But Tom Dobbins, chief executive to the Association of the Metropolitan Water Agencies, which represents some of the largest public water utilities in the country, said the estimated cost for a single entity to filter out PFAS, the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority in North Carolina, was $43 million. So as we can see, this is a huge problem. They are taking action on it, which is a good thing because it can cause severe health issues. That being said, this is scary that it is in the blood of even newborns or every average a day Americans. Could even be you. That's why it's always a good idea to periodically test your water for PFAS.